Hey guys, it's Brian Sewell here, Richard James, the RJ and Sewell Talk Show. Let's talk. Glad to be here. Um, we always try to come with some energy. I know we missed you last week because RJ was Mickey Mouse around. No, I think it's actually my fault. I was Mickey Mouse around last week with the kids' birthday. But anyway, so no, I just we try to come before you every week and just give you knowledge of what's going on in the market. It is very volatile. It's hot still. We're seeing a lot of cool things going on. RJ is going to give you the insurance background standpoint. I'm going to give you the lending standpoint. And we're just going to educate, man. We educate, encourage, and give you empowerment to make sound decisions. And we'll give you different scenarios, how we're helping people, and tell you all the new products and things that's out. RJ will talk to you about insurance and problem solving. We'll talk a little sports, get our bears in there too, a little going with NBA, all that jazz. So, RJ, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, man. This is a busy week. It's been good, busy on the good side. Last night we had those storms roll through, so I'm expecting to hear from some customers about that. But that's what we're here for, right? That's what insurance is all about. When those storms come up, we're here to take care of our customers. But it's been a great week, man. I'm really excited for where everything is going.
Yeah, we talk about that. That is something that's going on right now. Guys, if you guys got questions, and I know sometimes you listen to it later, please feel free to put it in the chat. Let us know. I'm gonna go in here and just make sure that we are live on there too, because sometimes, again, those algorithms and Facebook kind of gets crazy. Uh, hey, we just got some breaking news for the Bears. This is from Adam Schefter. I didn't even look at that. Former Browns first round pick, offensive tackle Jarrett Willis Jr. is signing a 1-year deal with Chicago Bears.
Offensive tackle, okay.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him, but you know what? That's probably a good thing. When you know the offensive lineman's name is usually because they're getting a lot of penalties.
Yeah, or they're usually really good.
Yeah, I don't know very many offensive linemen. I know one named Matthew Bedford. He's coming out of Oregon, and I'm hoping the Bears pick him up.
Well, we know why you know him.
Yeah.
So, but no, I guess that's good news. So, I mean, we talk real estate, we talk business, we talk faith. Both of us are men that love God, right?
Mm-hmm.
Love God, love our family, I love numbers, I love people most of the time. Y'all drive me crazy sometimes. RJ, I know I trust you with my kids. So, people that don't listen to the show every week, just tell them who you are.
Yeah, so I am married, man, 27 years come April 17th. I have a great wife. She's one of the smartest people I know, funny, and she is a sports enthusiast as well, as you well know. We have a wonderful daughter, 26, just turned 26.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. And you've known her since she was like 7, something like that?
I've known her since about 2006, 2007. So I don't know how old she would have been then.
Yeah, 6 or 7 then.
Yeah.
Wow, long time.
Yeah,
she is engaged to Matthew Bedford, the Oregon right tackle. But man, as you said, I love God. God is first in my life. My family is second, and everything else comes after that. So, I am an insurance agent. I guess that's kind of
we can't be 007 insurance. So,
right.
Yeah, so that's important that people know what you do, and what I like about what RJ does, the integrity is there, right? I can tell you from the start. I've known RJ forever, but the fact that he will go over things with you, which that's that simple thing of picking up the phone. Like I saw an email from one of the clients we had. He was like, "Hey, I'm gonna call you and go over your stuff," and I'm like, that's weird. Not talking. Hey, look, we got other agents I work with. They're good people. I love y'all. But just literally having somebody that's like, hey, I'm going to take the time to go over. And that's what we do too. We and I'm giving RJ his props, but we set up a Teams or a Zoom meeting on every call to go through the numbers and make sure that, as much as that helps me get to know clients, it also lets me know if I want to work with them. So, because again, you kind of get to see, if it makes sense, like we're screening each other out. And I always want to help people. Same way, but we're not for everyone.
Yeah,
if that makes sense, because we're not going to do nothing under the table. We're not cutting corners. We're not lying.
Yep.
It's better to do things the right way when no one's looking.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I love about you. I love that working with you because of your integrity. I've watched you for years as well, and actually, I've done loans with you. So I know how you work. I know
He's
how.
rich now. He ain't got to get loans now. He just his cash.
Yeah,
Back in the day,
yeah,
long time ago. When he,
yeah. My name is Rich. That is my name. But I do love the way you educate customers. I refer everybody to you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've been doing that for years, even when I was not an agent. Brian is the guy that I send my folks to. Anytime somebody mentions a mortgage, I tell them they need to call you first. Uh, so I appreciate the way you do work, and I appreciate the way we partner together because it matches up well. We do like to educate. We've done seminars together. So if you have a group of people who want to get educated about the mortgage process, and all the pitfalls that you could run into if you don't have the right person, you want to get Brian to come do your seminar. If you want to hear about insurance and you have a group of people, you want to get me because we do both love to educate.
Yeah, we got one, and I need to tell you about this. We got to I'm trying to get it finalized April 22nd. We're supposed to do one out in Orland Park. I'll get the details for you. That's a Wednesday, so I'll let you know about it. But
Excellent.
hopefully I can get you. Don't mind taking the drive out, and we'll get that rolling.
Car will travel.
Yeah, I know you will. That's why I'm kind of giving you a little heads up. So
Yep.
I'm trying to get it finalized. So I mean, there's a lot of things going on in our market, and we'll get to some of our fun sports stuff. But just like I would say, when I think about what the market's doing and how volatile it is, right? And we saw rates go down and go up with the whole attack on Iran, and it's I mean, you're looking at average rates are like about 6%. There's times we could be a little lower, times you're a little higher depending on your credit and the different factors that go into that. But people always ask, what's your rates, right? There's so much that's just not rate. We talk about terms. I mean, I'm always learning. There's so many different ways to help our clients out, so many different programs, and it's steadily changing. And so that's the thing. You want to work with some people that's one going to be honest with you, but also is staying up to date with everything. And it's hard to keep up sometimes. You're like, man, what's that? I'll give you one quick example. I learned something from one of my loan officers, Trina. We were working on a file, and I was meeting with a client. And I was like, man, this deal just doesn't make sense. She had like, and we could take this topic a lot of different ways now that I think about it, but I'm gonna go with the first part that we can talk about preparing. But she had some lates and some collections a lot in the last 12 months, charge off. And I'm like, and so my immediate thought is like, hey, let's get you right, built first. But she's in a rush to move. And the system wouldn't approve her. But Trina's like, hey, why don't you shorten the terms? And I'm like, that's a great idea. And I know about that, but you get gov. So we shortened the term from a 30-year to like a 27, 26-year, and it approved it. So there's different ways of doing things, and I'm sharing that, but to help you get a home, but I also think just on a different, taking it higher up, I think we should actually educate people on how to properly prepare, right? Yeah. Prepare for what RJ sells in case, right? Because that's what insurance is, right? If something happens, right? Right? So you're
Absolutely.
not in a tight situation. We want you to live free and comfortably in your home. So, I mean, we'll come back and forth with that. RJ, when you think about how you educate people and how you help people properly prepare for the insurance, I know you talked about life insurance in the past, and you can touch on that a little bit, but how do you properly help someone be prepared for when occasion comes, if it comes?
Yeah, so that's a great question. When we sell an insurance policy, we sell basically a promise. That promise is that, when we talk about auto and homeowners and things like that, umbrella, even commercial insurance or business insurance, we're selling them a promise, and we're saying you're going to give us this much premium, typically each month, or maybe they'll pay it off annually, whatever. But when you pay that premium, we're going to give you this policy, and this policy is going to protect you against many things. And then it's up to us. Last night, for example, we had the storms in the area. That those storms probably did some major damage in some areas and some light damage in other areas. But either way, it's damage to something that the insured cares about, something that they have a financial interest in, and it's up to us to help them get back to where they were before the time of the loss. So what I want to do, each time I sell someone a policy, no matter what kind it is, I want them to understand what they're buying and why. Why am I recommending certain limits of coverage to them? What I've seen a lot recently is as I'm quoting against other carriers, I'm seeing that a lot of my peers in the industry are giving low limits in order to meet a premium level. And that's not the best way for us to take care of our customer. We have to go to the premium level that the customer needs. That should be the primary goal. And then we'll see if this is a customer for us. Like you mentioned, not everybody's going to be our customer.
No.
I'd love to be able to take care of everybody, but that's just not the reality. But the one thing that's going to happen is whether they buy from me or not, they're going to walk away with a better understanding of what those coverages are and how they protect them and the limits that they actually need to really feel protected should something happen.
I love what you said. So as I think about this, like as a coach, because I coach other loan officers and agents for our company and also for Cindy Earthman. And I think about like knowing, people ask me, what's your ideal customer?
Mm-hmm.
We help everyone that wants to be helped the right way.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what you're trying to say.
Absolutely.
Because if you like, we understand budgets because that's important. I mean, we've all been there, right? Where things are tight and you need to get some things properly set, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also, the one thing I know is that having integrity is important. And I've seen so many different insurance companies not communicate, or not just in sales, loan officers, agents. The communication is terrible.
Yeah.
And we make it part of our business. Like every Tuesday, we block off about 4 hours and we update everybody that's in the process, agents and the clients. But I'm saying that that's part of our business model. So I think like as insurance, I like the fact that you call.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's important. I like the fact that you educate because so many times we as people, we don't understand. And even if we do understand, we're just like, I want the cheapest price. And maybe that's what you need at that time. But at the end of the day, if something happens, because it does, you want to be covered. You want to have bills paid out. And then I've seen it where kind of what I think this is where you were getting at, where you see insurance be one price and then 6 months later or 10 months later, all of a sudden it's jacked up higher. And, there's, I guess, various reasons for that. I just say be honest. But I mean, I know people, and then I'm not going to beat up on insurance because there's sometimes I think people get in there and they need help getting into the home. The thing is, you don't want to get somebody in the home and then they're losing their home 3 years from now.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So for whatever reason, right?
Right.
I think a lot of times we think people lose their home because they can't afford to pay the mortgage. But, part of the mortgage in a lot of cases is the insurance as well. And you're right. We want to make sure that people are putting themselves in the right position where they can afford the house and everything that comes with it, all the responsibility. And that sounds kind of ominous, right? It may scare some people away, but really, I think the greater part of the prize is building equity in your home and having something that you can call yours and being able to do different things with it. As you build that equity, you can do a lot of different things with that equity. So you're absolutely right. We never want to see somebody lose their home either because they can't afford it or because they can't repair it properly.
So we hear the terms. It's funny you talk about equity. Marry the house, date the rate, right? And we say that equity is growing right now. I mean, Americans that purchased a home 10 years ago, and you're sitting solid. 5 years ago, even. You can look at refinancing later. You can start that term over and look at lowering your payment later. But get into the house at the right time. I mean, rates we expect them to drop. I would say this too, and as I'm just looking at some of my notes, is that yeah, when you plan properly and you look long term, you're going to be in a better financial situation if you take the step. But you should still plan properly.
Mhm.
And so many times, and I want to touch on this, and I'm not trying to dodge anything. I think so many times people they go with what's popular. Like I'll give you an example. Okay, and I didn't know I was going to say this, but I'm going to say it. You know, I don't. RJ, one thing you know about me, and you can say, like, I ain't scared to talk about controversial topics,
Yeah.
right? I kind of embrace them, like, bring it on, right? You know. So here's the thing, like, what's out in the news with people right now? Everybody's pushing down payment assistance. I'm gonna tell you something, like, nothing's for free.
That's right.
Except for Jesus. Jesus is free. So
Exactly. Yeah.
his love
Salvation is free.
right? But you still need to confess. But
Yes.
anyway, but that is free. So there's a grant out there, and I'm not going to push you down because we offer it too. I'm not a huge fan. That to me, so when I say grant, it should be like, all right, it's helping me get into a home. I don't have to pay it back. If I was to sell or refi, I don't have to pay it back. Nobody starts off telling them that. They do what gets them a lot of hits on TikTok or things of that nature. Maybe I should do a TikTok video just like this. Okay. If I come to you, RJ, and RJ, you know me, I'm like, hey, I can give you $15,000 there. People know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say it, and then that's it. Yay, get it. But RJ, you know me well enough. I'd be like, hey, RJ, they got a $15,000 grant, but if you sell or refinance your house, you got to pay back the grant. So technically, it's not a grant; it's a loan.
Right.
Okay. And we offer this grant while I'm talking about it. So they probably the people that does this grant, they're on there for like, you're being a bad noodle, but whatever. so okay, so you got to pay it back, right? Number one. Number two, if the rates drop, most economists think rates are going to go down, right? When the rates drop, and I remember in 2021 when the rates got, or 20, right around that time when the rates got in the twos, everybody's calling me refinance. We had a line, right?
Absolutely.
I had some clients pretty upset that they have to pay back some of those grants, right? So to me, a grant is forgiven right away.
Yeah.
That's what we offer those. And then the other grants are, maybe it's forgiven in a shorter period, in 3 years instead of 10 years. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. But what I'm trying to say is that you should understand there's advantages and disadvantages to everything. So I talk about, yes, we have a couple quick stats, and then I want to get back on RJ. We're number 3 in the nation overall. Period. Like I found that out when I was at Leadership Conference in Vegas. Nice. We're number 1 in trust by JD Power.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we're 3 years in a row. We're number 1 in Zillow, which I don't even use Zillow, but they say we're number 1 too. So God bless them too. Thank you, Zillow, for that. But the thing is, we have all the programs, but does the program benefit you long term? And in certain situations, I can see it. But to me, there's other alternatives and just instead of somebody, because I had a client call me yesterday. Yesterday. Yeah, they're doing their disclosures. And I heard about this grant. I said, okay, yeah, we can give it these are the things. But I took a picture directly from the site instead of using the red and colors that all these people post. And they're like, no, I don't want to do that. She's a smart buyer. We've educated her, right? Right. So again, for those that's looking to, because that's one of the, I do understand this. There's one of the barriers that stop people from buying homes. They don't have enough money and credit. So there are programs available, but I'm just saying, look at the whole thing. Don't just say, hey, I'm giving you 15,000 or I'm giving you 30,000. What's the catch, RJ?
Absolutely.
Right. So I hope I didn't poo-poo nobody's dreams. I know some of my fellow loan officers in the industry get mad at me when I say stuff like this, but I'm just like, be honest. Come on, man. Don't sell it like that.
But I think what you're doing is that's why your organization is number 1 in trust, right? Because ideally you want somebody to buy from you because they like you and they trust you, and you have what they need right at that given time. If they compare you to someone else, for example, if I came on the scene and offered, say, hey, I got $15,000 for you. And you talk to that same person and say, I have $15,000, but there's strings attached. And by the way, this is the same program that you're going to see in other places, right? Now you're giving them that individual an opportunity to say yes or no. I'm okay putting myself in this, shackling myself to this home or whatever it is for this given amount of time versus not knowing at all that they're putting a shackle on. I think that's a fair way to do business. That's why I respect you so much.
No, I respect you too, man. But that we don't. It's just like, come on, do the math, guys. When builders bump up their price to give incentives to buy down rates, are you
Built
really
into
buying
the
the rate down for
built
you?
into the price.
Right, for the price, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, let's do math. I know we all didn't pay attention while we were in school. That's the one subject I did pay attention to because I love numbers. I slept during all the other classes. I wasn't really paying, but that numbers I love. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute, make sense out of this, right? Because and then I just look at it, right? Here's the question I want to ask: would you put your kid in that deal? If the answer is no, then
That's a great question. I love
right.
that.
Right.
I
Would you
love
put
it.
the kid in that deal? Right. And then make it sense, because I think we all would say, hey, let me make sure my kid, if we're setting our kids up, we don't want them to fail. Right.
Right.
I know the old school RJ, when we were younger, we're not going to talk about our parents, but I talk about blood. I love them. But the old school is, all right, get out, go get them, find out. Now they talk backbone. But I think in some ways it did teach us. I have to watch what I say. Mama can come back and get it. Emotional security, empathy. Right. It taught us to work hard, figure it out later, right?
Yeah.
So we teach our kid. We don't want to baby them. Just say, wait, this ain't the LeBron era. We still believe in the MJ.
Exactly.
but we want them to be able to cook their own food. So enough about me, man. You should buy a home. I think you should buy a home, but you should talk to us and we'll help you. RJ's saving my clients money. I'm like, all right. RJ, back on that. I'm giving it to you a little easy because I want to make sure you're 100% comfortable. Now we're about to drown you.
Hey, I'm okay with that. That's why I have a team. But
Yeah.
you know what? You mentioned earlier that your teammate came up with the idea on that one mortgage that probably saved the deal. And that's the value of having good people on your team, right? So it's not just you. More more great minds in the room, more great ideas, right? I think that's always a great thing. And I appreciate your team as well. I don't know them well like I know you, but I do
You
know.
out here.
Yeah.
And
I'll get out there.
I don't know her. Like I said, I brought it up. Trina figured it out. I mean, she did it right
Mhm.
on the spot because I'm looking at it and I'm good at problem solving, but I'm just like, sometimes I miss it. I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
I'm not even close. Ask her, she'll tell you.
We can't we can't always come up with all the good answers, right, by ourselves. And that's why a good team is important, man.
Yeah.
It's all good.
All right, switching gears a little bit. So look, we're gonna talk. We're gonna give you our numbers to call us. So we're gonna talk a little sports too. I told you we had to talk. We talk our faith. We did a little bit of that. We talk our business. So I was watching. I forget the meme that says, like, I think it's one of the congressmen that say, "How many times did you watch this video?" He's like 1,000 times. So I'm like, yes, more, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? So like this is Steve, and I forget what he's talking like. How many times did you watch the tape? And they're showing like that thing when the Bears beat Green Bay.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, probably 10,000 times. Anyway, so I saw a new video clip that I didn't see. I love the part when he's like, forget them. The other words. I'm like, yeah, I love that coach, man. I think I love the coach more than he's my favorite coach. Phil Jackson's the only one that can beat him because he won 6 championships. But anyway, so he's they're showing the last play with and I saw it today and I was cracking up. I was on TikTok. I used to call it Tiki Talk, and it's showing the last play where and I was at that game. So I don't when Jordan Love didn't complete the pass.
Yeah.
And Ben Johnson's on the sideline, like, get him. I'm like, yeah. Like, dude, he's like one of us, man. He's like, yeah.
Absolutely.
So, how do you like what they've done in free agency so far?
I think we're looking good. I know a lot of people last year. Well, my opinion of last year's defense, for example, was that we just needed an edge rusher and maybe a run stopper, and that would change the entire look of the defense. We led the league in takeaways, and we led the league in interceptions. But if you don't get pressure on an NFL quarterback, eventually the receiver's gonna get open, and the quarterback will get you.
Yeah.
And I think we saw a lot of that last year. But we had a couple of departures in the secondary, and we replaced them with some nice players. So I think we're looking good. Max Crosby is back in the mix, and I would love to see him in a Bears jersey next season, healthy.
I give him a first and a second, or first and a third.
Yeah, absolutely. Or I heard this as I was getting ready this morning. They were talking on Get Up about, Max Crosby is on schedule to be healthy when he's supposed to be, and after his surgery, and
Yeah.
you could offer a first rounder plus a third rounder, for example, but if he plays a certain amount of snaps or games, then maybe that third rounder could move up to a second round pick.
Okay, I'm cool with that because then that's next
Yeah,
year. You get the first
absolutely.
round this year and the third to convert to a second next year. I'm good with that.
Yep,
Do it.
I'm good with
Ryan
that.
Poles, get on the phone and make that deal happen.
Right.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Let's go, Ryan Poles.
Get him on the phone.
Yeah.
Get that and make that. It was such a magical year, man. We got to make sure. I thought to think about it, I think I went to 5 or 6 beers. No, more than that because I went to 2 playoff games too. So,
Yeah.
But it's crazy. I've never been that many games in 1 year. But look, have another season like that. I'm down. Let's go.
Yeah. Look, when they finish building the Dome Stadium, I'll go to a lot more.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. You put on a heated vest, you're good. The only thing that was cold was my feet. That was the only thing, and I gotta get heated socks. The next time I'll be good there. But
Okay,
that was a lot of fun. That building was shaking, man. That stadium was rocking.
I'm sure it was. You know what? It looked really fun from my living room too.
I got a nice video of that last play when he threw that bomb to Cole Kmet. I'm sitting right there. We're all jumping like little girls, like, yeah, pom pom. We're going crazy. We're jumping up and down to lose that game, man. But hey, It is what it is. I think that I'm excited about that. And then think about the Bio scoring 83 points. You heard about that?
Bam hit 83 last night.
Yeah, that's great.
There's a lot of controversy about it. They're saying, he took like 40 plus shots. I want to say 47 shots, and a lot of free throws apparently as well. You know what? It doesn't matter. If somebody scores that many points, they're probably having a pretty doggone good night because it's only been done, I guess, 15 times that somebody has scored 80 points or more.
No, I ain't bet. It was one other time. Kobe scored 80, and this is the second time. Well, third because you got
Will Chamberlain.
Will Chamberlain
hit 100. And I guess there was controversy with that too because he hit a lot of free throws that night. So what? I mean, he's scoring.
But the only thing I would say to that, and I'm like, that's awesome. I think if MJ looked at stats like that, the nights he was, that game in the playoffs, that moment when he did the shoulders like this. He could have dropped 80 in that. I mean, he stopped shooting. I mean, he was hitting everything. Yeah. He wasn't shooting that much.
He hit 6 threes that night against Portland.
6 like 5 of them in the first half, though, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But he only had 25 in the first half. Oh, boy, Bio had, 40-something at halftime?
I think so.
Yeah, so give him his credit. Hey, look, the league is watered down now. It is what it is. I mean, come on. I don't even watch the NBA, to be honest with you. It's not. I wait till the playoffs. I'll see some stuff. But, the magic is about to leave because, Steph is not going to be there. LeBron will be gone, So it's a different league, man. Hopefully you get some younger cats to turn it up. And I'm not that old guy to say, get off my lawn, but I like the other basketball a little bit better.
I will tell you.
What J.J. Redick says.
There is one player that I'm watching a lot, and that's Wembanyama.
Yeah, that's what's that, Wembanyama. Yeah, he's a good player.
He's incredible. I mean, he's 7'5", first of all. He handles the ball like a guard, but he also sees the floor. I'm watching this guy deliver assists, and I mean, he's pretty incredible. I know he's 7'5", so he can see everything, but to actually be able to see the floor,
to dribble that high and not get it stolen from me, yeah, give him that. It's like I can't wait for March Madness. I love that. It's coming up this weekend, right? To start with it
starts. Yeah, I think it starts Thursday night, correct?
Okay, yeah. So looking forward to March Madness. I'll have the TV on in the office watching that, getting that. So it's different, are they? It's different.
Oh, it's absolutely different. It's not, they don't play the same level of defense. We were watching the game last night, San Antonio and Boston, and by the end of the third quarter, they were both, I think, either at or near triple digits. I'm like,
it's kind of running it back. Jose, what I said I love about Ben Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
I like that he doesn't like Green Bay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I said that wrong. I love that he don't like Green Bay. I love that he cuss him out and be like, "Yeah, I talked to George
Yeah.
and he agrees with me."
Yeah.
Yes, I love that. The guys in the NBA, they're buddies, they're friends, and they
Absolutely.
change their jerseys and stuff. I know Caleb does that too, but I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, whoop him, man, just get him.
Yeah.
Like when they show that video, being like, get it. I'm like, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like what Greg Popovich said, get mad, give me some nasty. Remember that? They called him on text. Give me that. That's that old school basketball. Look, we here to beat you, man.
Absolutely.
Guy, the competition, I think, again, not to pick on our boy, but I think some of that happened with the dunk contest because he wouldn't compete and he wouldn't do it. And all my LeBron lovers, I'm just telling you, Jordan lost in the dunk contest. He lost to Dominique. I can respect that.
Yep. I can too.
He lost. And I think they sat on the sideline and that dunk contest with Spud Webb was even better.
Yeah.
When you watch that one, I remember it. I'm like, it was gamesmanship back
Absolutely.
then.
And they competed.
Yes.
We've I don't want to knock LeBron James too much.
I'm knocking for you.
He's a great player.
He's the top 10 player of all time.
I love what he does off the court more than on the court. He's had the benefit of being on some great rosters over his career, and he's still 4-9 in the finals. So
he lost 10 times.
He lost 10 times.
He's 4-10.
4-10. Okay. So, but
the fact that he's made it 10 times, you got to give him credit. So,
but with stacked rosters, I mean,
listen, you go ahead and finish your comment, but LeBron is I'm not a LeBron lover. I can appreciate him, respect him. You know how I feel about him. But the thing is, LeBron, the fact that LeBron is 40-something years old and playing at a level that he's playing right now, he would run circles around Jordan at this age. At this age.
Maybe.
And I'm talking about Jordan being 60-something.
Oh, right. Okay. I got you. Yes, I got you. I love the way the older generation used to compete. I mean, if you were known as a dunker, it was a foregone conclusion that you were going to be in the dunk contest. If you were known as a shooter, you were going to be in the 3-point contest. And the fact that LeBron has, many times he's put on an exhibition in the warm-up line, and how many times did he say he was going to be in the dunk contest and then didn't do it?
He let us down. He broke our hearts.
That
last thing I would say is about that is that Steph Curry, which I love him, man. I mean, I think Steph gave that ring to them when he threw it behind his back, knowing your personnel. The Klay Thompson's reaction. We talked about this many times, but Steph Curry shooting those crazy threes. Did you see at the All-Star game? He was over there by TNT or not TNT, and he hit those. I was like, man, but he competes. He's lost in the 3-point contest.
Yeah, absolutely.
You go down swinging.
Yep.
Compete. But I would put him. I don't know we're over the time. I'll give LeBron. I mean, due respect to him. I think I respect him more now. He's getting ready to call it quits. Mm-hmm. But I'd probably say he's top 5. Top 5. I'll give him that. And I know I'm pushing it. No, because he's considered number 2 by most. But I'd put Jordan. I'll put Kobe.
Absolutely.
I never saw Kareem play. So.
Oh, I did.
I mean, I saw when I was like 4 or 5.
Yeah. I was a little older, obviously.
Yeah. Well, he was about 15, but.
But probably. But Kareem was a beast, and for all intents and purposes, that hook shot, that sky hook, was unstoppable.
I remember who took it from him though. I love me some Magic Johnson growing up.
Yeah, absolutely. He learned it from the best.
Yeah, I love me some Magic, baby. Those guys, man. It was, and again, people don't say those are our heroes and stuff. It's just different back then. It was just different. We enjoyed it, and it's too bad that. And then of course we were this is the Jordan. We're in the back. I mean, we were all glued to our TVs when the game's on the line. I think that's how I felt with the Bears this year.
Oh, absolutely.
The game's on the line. That dude, man. I give him his props, boy. That dude, I think he's gonna be better next year, though. That's a scary thing.
Yeah, I would say that several of those games we shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have come down to the wire if he had been hitting. Caleb had been
Go.
hitting his passes earlier in the game. However, he the fact that he could turn it on like that in the fourth quarter when it was winning time says a lot. And I believe that in this offseason, he's working on cleaning up the passes that he was missing.
He said he was. He said, I'm
Yeah,
gonna be accurate. He said, I mean, he wants to be, he wants to score 39 points a game. According to he was talking on that Crosby podcast. I'm like, all
yeah,
right, go ahead.
yeah.
He said he was. I mean, I think Ben Johnson won't admit to this. I just told you, I just gave him compliments too. He can't do no run. I love Ben Johnson, right?
Hmm.
Uh, you know, good, better, best. Look,
Yeah.
kick the field goals.
Kick the field goals.
Kick the
Yeah.
field goals. We win that game. You kick the field goals. Kick
Yeah.
the field goals. But did you hear what he said about that?
Yeah, he said he wants to be aggressive.
No, you hear his other interview. He has zero regrets about any of the fourth downs he was for. The only thing is he said we'll be better on third down next year.
There you
so
go.
We'll have to go for it on fourth down.
And I love that.
I do too. But kick field goals, man. You got to know when you know if he kicks those field goals, he went for like 4 times.
Yeah, yeah. And we couldn't convert. It says a lot about the offensive line, unfortunately, right? That we couldn't move the ball 1 yard.
Center. I know he retired. Tom Waddle said that, or one of them. Tom Waddle said the center. The last 4 games of the season. We started not getting as many yards. Mm-hmm. So Drew Dalman may have been hurt. If you can't get a yard to leave, I mean, I told you, give me a fullback.
Yeah.
Give me a fullback. Give me all. Yeah, give me. I need to be able to run a yard. I need to get 1 yard. But I'm looking forward to next year. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, I'm sure y'all enjoy hearing us talk sports. That's our passion too. We love God, love numbers, love people, love sports, love our teams, man. And if you're a Green Bay fan, I'm licensed in Wisconsin too. But as Ben Johnson say, we don't like that team up north very much. We'll give you all right. We'll give you a good deal, but we don't like y'all. With your team, I don't like y'all. I'll love on you. I'll take good care of you. Yeah, we don't like it. And RJ's company got it in the backyard of Wisconsin, aren't you?
We are. Our national headquarters is right in Wisconsin. I was actually at a Packers game this past season. Unfortunately, we came out on the short end of the stick there. Yeah.
He threw an interception at the end on that one, right?
Yeah. He did. I don't believe he's going to do that next season.
He did it the last game though. Although DJ ran the wrong route, but
I believe that his mistakes and errors from last season will not show up next season.
I believe that too.
Gone. Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell him, like I tell Ben Johnson, run the ball.
Run the ball.
Manunga. So Erica I don't know if you know this or not. Erica's my wife, y'all. She likes Green Bay. She's always had. That's why her and I bump heads sometimes. But she like our Bears too. But she likes Green. Because you know what? She again, the problem is she was trying to watch. I was trying to get her to watch the Bears with me. We've been married almost 25 years, and we've never had a quarterback. We just got one. So we all you Justin Field lovers, and I love him too. But he's a running back, and and Jay Cutler, whatever. We don't have a quarterback. Green Bay had Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. The point is though, she got her jersey. She got Manungai jersey. She likes Manungai. So I do too. I'm bringing her over because we ain't losing to Green Bay no more. That's it.
No
more.
No more.
And she know we got
Green Bay. Your run's over.
Yeah, we got a coach that I love it, man. I love everything about him. Like, come on.
Absolutely.
Don't like them. Don't like that team up north. And she laughs every time she's like, so bad. That's my Peter side, RJ. And I'm like, forget them. I'm using that word for RJ, even though forget them. Get them.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Man.
All right, y'all. Look, if you need insurance, you want somebody to educate you, go over it, call my boy up. What's the best way to get you, RJ?
The best phone number at my office is 773-792-9009. 773-792-9009.
All right, I'm gonna put that in there. And then best way to get me, I'm gonna give you the office 630-352-0629. Here, let's see. I'm gonna put that in there. And then if you guys need us for anything, we're happy to help. I hope y'all enjoyed our little banter and talk. Hopefully, within the next couple of days, we've improved our defensive line, and we're gonna keep rocking and rolling.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, take care.
You all have a great week.